What is up, my collectors? This is your boy Reeferino here, and today we'll be looking at the SH Figure Arts Sukuna figure from Jujutsu Kaisen. Holy freaking crap, guys. This is one of my favorite characters in Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm so glad he got a figure release this year. I'm so stoked. I can't believe I got this boy this early, too. If you are unfamiliar with SH Figure Arts, they are a Japanese import toy company that is short for Simple Style Heroic Action Figures and Arts, and they dabble in figures from various lines such as Dragon Ball, Naruto, Marvel, and a whole lot of other characters from various franchises. I'm super hyped that I got this boy, and yeah, I mean, it's freaking Sukuna, man. How could you not like Sukuna?
How insulting.
Alright, here we go. Here he is. Oh my goodness. It's not too much. It's a lot of faces, though. I do appreciate the amount of faces he comes with, because hands, I mean, I can do without a lot of them. Here he is, guys. It's freaking Sukuna, the king of curses in the flesh. Oh my god, in the plastic, rather. I'm going to find a place to review him so that we're not doing it on the blue couch for the whole video. So I'm gonna fade in, fade out, and I'll come back in a second. Okay, and here we have Sukuna straight out of the box. As you can see, I'm at home now, so I can record this review and not worry about people sneaking up on me. We are going to skip the appearance section, though, because there isn't that much to say about his appearance other than what you can pretty much see. Basically, Sukuna in his shirtless Yuji pose, stance, form, whatever you want to call it. He's in this notably in 2 episodes, that being episode 2 and episode 5. The first one where he's fighting Satoru Gojo, and the second one where he's fighting Megumi Fushiguro. He's really only in this form like twice, so we'll just get straight into articulation. Head moves down a good bit, moves up quite a bit as well. Side to side, it's on a double ball peg. You're not going to get any problems with the head articulation. Arms can T-pose and then some. Pretty freaking sweet arm articulation. You can see the butterfly joint coming out right here. He can swivel his shoulders, or whatever you call this. Here's the butterfly joint reaching out. His arms are pretty swagger. As you can see, it's kind of a weird butterfly joint, though, because if you move his arms too far in, the lines will kind of like disappear, and it looks like he's like missing shoulders. Crunch. Yeah, crunch. Ab Crunch can move back this much, it can move down not as much, but still relatively good. Then we'll get on to the legs. The legs can move up, bend, go back. There's really not too much to say about the leg. I'll get to them in the Yuji comparison, because if you can't really tell, it's kind of the same stuff as the Yuji figure, which I already reviewed. So we breeze through that. We're gonna get straight into accessories now. So including the pair of hands he has on right now, which are like these open palm, I don't know what you want to call these, grasping hands or like claw hands. I mean, they all have like the painted nails on them. He comes with 3 pairs of hands and then an extra right hand. So I'll show you how to swap the hands right now. You just pull it off like so, and then you take the new hand and you pop it in here. So this hand, it only comes with the right hand. This is kind of to recreate like the iconic chin pose that Sukuna does whenever he's like interested in someone, or he grabs his thumb with his chin and does this weird smirking thing. He only does this, though, in the innate domain inside of Yuji, so you would never really see him doing this in this form. So a lot of people really wanted the cloaked Sukuna, and we didn't get it, and so that was kind of depressing. Second set of hands comes with fists, because, you know, which action figure doesn't have a pair of fists? And then finally, we have these hands for recreating his domain expansion, including the face that he has on right now. He comes with 4 different face expressions, and then an extra expression for Yuji. So I think that's pretty cool, and I'll show you how to swap those right now. You simply take off the hair piece right here, and then take off the face, and then do the same thing in reverse. This is his second expression. It's kind of like a bored, disinterested look. If he has his mouth open, perhaps he's like talking or ranting or something in this face. Yeah, it's probably my least favorite, but it still looks really good. It captures the likeness pretty well. This is the third and probably my favorite face, because this is just Sukuna on crazy mode. Like, this is him when he's fully enjoying the chaos that he's ensuing in, and I love this dude. And then this is the final face he has right here. This is kind of a like WTF face. I don't know how else to describe it. Sukuna is always really shown as smiling even when things aren't going his way. I would imagine he'd be making an expression like this. He's just, you know, a little bit irritated, but he's too cocky not to drop his smile. So yeah, those are all the face expressions that come with Sukuna. Now we will show the Yuji face plate, which is this right here. It's the little Sukuna mouth coming out of Yuji's face. It does this a few times in the show. I think it also does it in the intro for the first season. And then so here is the Sukuna face on the Yuji figure. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty well. I don't have any really big comments to say on it. It looks like Yuji. It's not just painted on. I think it's actually like molded, which is really cool to add the extra detail. It's pretty much all the accessories you're getting with this guy. So 5 face plates. It's not bad, but only just a few extra hands. We'll get into the comparison between these two guys since they are way more similar than I think they need to be. As you can see, you know, these guys are kind of the same people, so I understand it, it makes sense. But for some peculiar reason, Sukuna is shorter, like by a little bit, than Yuji. I don't understand why they made him shorter. They're wearing the same kicks. All their legs are the same. That's why I was just about to get into with the comparison. So their entire lower halves are literally the same. It's all reuse. So 50% of this figure is reuse. You can see, like, if I raise the skirt piece up a little bit, the legs are literally the same. I think the boots might be a slightly different color. Actually, I don't think they are. I will admit that the legs on this guy are a lot less, like, loose and crickety than this guy, but that just could be due to the age of the figure. There might be a slight color difference, but their legs are exactly the same. First impressions of the comparison, Sukuna is shorter than Yuji, as well as the fact that the legs are reused, which is fine. But this guy is $70 or something like that, I think base price. And that's crazy that he's more expensive than this guy. And I feel like the Yuji figure came with quite a bit. He came with his own Sukuna face. Again, go watch that review. The heads are also exactly the same. Here, I'm going to test something. I wonder if the Yuji faces are swappable with the Sukuna head. Okay, so you cannot put Yuji's face plates onto the Sukuna head. Ooh, you kind of can't. Okay. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like you can. So, the heads are not exactly the same. The head sculpts are slightly different. As you can see, the Yuji head goes on the Sukuna body pretty well, and I already put the Sukuna head on the Yuji body. Same thing with the hands. The hands will swap relatively easy as well. You get a Sukuna from Shibuya pretty well, which is really freaking sweet. I really like this. Hold on, I gotta hide that other hand. But yeah, I think this just looks really cool. I'm really glad that you're able to swap the parts out. Still, man, like, why is this Sukuna figure so much? I feel like it just doesn't come with all that. It's got a huge gap. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this guy could have came with a lot more. Comparison with Yuji aside, here he is standing next to the SHF Satoru Gojo on the left. And these are currently all of my SHF JJK figures. I don't really know how many more I'm gonna get. I do know there's one specific character that I missed out on that I'm looking into right now, but otherwise, with their current setup, I don't really know if I'm gonna get too many of the other characters. I had the opportunity to get Yuta, and Yuta's probably my second or third favorite character of the show as well, but I want them to make a second year Yuta. It's not that I hate the movie or anything, I just want a, like, current version of him, but I don't know if they're gonna make that, so until they make it, I'm not gonna get a Yuta figure. Same thing with Geito and the quote-unquote pseudo Geito that's in Shibuya right now. I would just prefer one with the scars over his head than one, you know, without the scars. Because you might not think that's that important, but I know some things, the scars are kind of important. So, I mean, if you've seen Shibuya, you would know what I mean. Here he is staying next to some Dragon Ball figures. On the left, we have Goku from the superhero movie, and then Vegeta from the superhero movie. And then on the far right, we have Frieza, probably my favorite Dragon Ball figure in my collection right now. So, he's going to be a little bit taller than Goku. Last but certainly not least, here he is standing next to some SHF Naruto characters. On the left, we have Kakashi. On the right, we have Naruto. And the far right, we have Sasuke, who I just reviewed. So go check that out. I love him. Alright, so we made it to the final section of this review, and debatably the most important, as I give each figure score a rating out of 10. based on a 5-category system that you'll see right now. If you disagree with this ranking, that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Just keep in mind that this is my biased final thoughts. For appearance, I'm gonna give this guy a 2 out of 2. There's really nothing wrong that I can find that makes this guy look off or uncanny in any way. So I enjoy it. You know, the butterfly joints are kind of hit or miss for some people maybe, but for me it's fine. I really don't have any problem with how this guy looks. The faceplates are a huge upgrade from what came with Yuji and also the Megumi one. The old Sukuna faceplates were not bad, but this one just looks so freaking good in comparison, looks so much more accurate. Articulation, again, this guy's gonna get an easy 2 out of 2 from me. There's nothing that's wrong with the way this guy moves. He moves pretty well. He is really freaking good upper body articulation. The arms move spectacularly well, which is great for a character like Sukuna. He's always so expressive with his body movements and things like that. Accessories, this is where I have to be a little hard on this guy. He's getting a 1 out of 2 for accessories from me. There's just, I feel like there's something that's missing here. 4 faceplates for him, 1 for Yuji. Gives you a reason to, you know, come back to Yuji and mess around with him. I always think the extra bonus for figures is cool, as long as they're not premium Bandai exclusive. He definitely could have used a little bit more hands, and I just think like an effect or something would have been really nice. Or I don't know. I would have enjoyed something to come with this guy. It just would have been a little cool to see him have like a weapon effect or just really about anything. Maybe a finger. Get him a hand where he's about to eat a finger. I don't know. There's just so many things that I feel like that could have been done with this guy. Value for money. Okay, I gotta level with y'all. I'm giving him a 0.5 out of 2, and I know that's really low, but 70 bucks is a lot of dough for this guy. But just the fact that he's more money than his previous counterpart Yuji is insane to me. He shouldn't be more expensive than Yuji. He's half retooled and doesn't come with like fist effects or anything. This Yuji is the Black Flash. You know, again, see my review. I'm plugging it again. Man, I feel like there could have been way more to come with this guy. And then finally, that leads me into personal enjoyment. Obviously, it's going to be a 2 out of 2. I love Sukuna. I think they did justice to this figure in the way that it moves and the way that it looks. And so I'm going to enjoy it. Adding all of those points up, that's going to be a 7.5 out of 10 figure. I pretty much said everything I need to say. I don't think this figure is necessary for your collection unless you're going to collect every JJK figure ever, or if you're just a Sukuna diehard fan like myself. I think you can get away with the Sukuna faceplate that Yuji and also the Megumi figure comes with. But that's gonna end it for this review today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike and tell me what I can improve upon. I made this channel to improve my knowledge on action figures and immerse myself into the community. So any and all feedback is appreciated, and I'll take any recommendations for figures as well. Just keep in mind that all this money is coming out of my pocket. So if I don't buy like $100 figure that you recommend to me, it's because, you know, I'm kind of broke and I'm specifically buying the characters that I want right now to build my collection. Maybe when I start getting money from this, I'll start making polls on who I should get. But, you know, that's, I think, is a little bit down the road. That's going to end it for me today, guys. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.